And good evening. Welcome out here to St. Joseph Christian, home of the St. Joseph Christian Lions and their new gym as we get set here for basketball action tonight here on Albany TV. We start the beginning of MSHSAA Class 2 District 16 girls basketball tonight here on Albany TV. The first game of the night will be the number 3 seed St. Joseph Christian Lady Lions against the number 6 seed Gallatin Lady Bulldogs. I'd like to thank our sponsors, help you bring you tonight's broadcast tonight here on Albany TV, including BTC Bank, Penny John Auto Center, locations in Bethany and Albany, Winter Circle Trophies and Awards North in Albany, the Hogue Lumber Company in Albany, and the Albany Hy-Vee, Smith Insurance and Smith Prudential in Albany, Johnson Controls, the Mosaic Medical Center Albany, the Gallatin and St. Joseph School Districts, and the Printery and New Shopper located in Albany. Remember, tonight's pregame is brought to you by BTC Bank here for good. So again, we'll welcome out our color commentator for the evening and Mike Atkins. Mike, we'll have 3 games coming up for you tonight, starting with the first game of the night, number 3 seeded St. Joseph Lady Lions going up against the number 6 seeded Gallatin Lady Bulldogs. Our second game tonight will be the number 2 seed Maysville Lady Wolverines against the number 7 seed Penny Lady Hornets. Our final game of the night will be the number 4 seed East Atchison Lady Wolves against the number 5 seed Nottoway Valley Lady Thunder.
Well, we've got a matchup 3 versus 6. St. Joe Christian with the 3rd seed, not a great overall record, finished 4-4 in the GRC West. One thing that's kind of unusual about this is their home court, and until just a few days ago had not even been in this gym.
Yes.
Until I think they played 1 game.
Yeah, I believe it was last week, Thursday. I think it was against, I believe, Nottoway Valley.
And it was a rare, they hadn't even practiced.
Yeah.
They did get some shots up in the gym, but
yes.
hadn't even really practiced here. That's how quickly we are to being done. Just like with the scoreboards, we've talked to their athletic director, and they said they just got the scoreboards programmed tonight.
Yes.
And so I know that she's a little bit worried about some potential technical
difficulties,
snafu that may arise. But it's time for basketball. There's going to be a basketball game.
Yes.
Either way, and it's a beautiful facility to broadcast from.
Yes. And just a beautiful building in general. I mean, well, of course, got all the squeaky newness on it. You got the courts that look, obviously brand new. Got new bleachers in, mezzanine on both sides all the way around, and
well, going to the ball game itself, I guess. We've seen both these teams, Albany Lady Warriors beat both of these teams by a pretty healthy margin.
Yes.
The one thing that I would say maybe is a caveat to the big win that they had against St. Joseph Christian, it was in Albany's gymnasium. Christian has 2 girls that have a little bit of size, one really athletic freshman that I think is going to be a really good player down the road. Both of them got in foul trouble early on. St. Joseph Christian has a little guard, Maddie Gleiss, that was just recently named first team all-conference and was a unanimous selection. Shot it really well from 3, but just didn't have a whole lot of help. And then in addition to that, the Warriors had a couple of kids come off the bench. One girl had 10 coming off the bench that I don't think had scored 10 points all year.
Yeah.
And another girl that was 3 for 3 from the three-point line. And she had hit some three-pointers, but I don't think she had ever had a game where she was 3 for 3.
No.
And so that contributed pretty substantially to the blowout situation that existed in a situation that might not exist again.
Yes.
But with Gallatin, I think the biggest worry I think they have is just don't have a lot of depth. There are 8 players, and I don't think they've even got – I think they've just got 7 maybe dressed out here. So I would say we're going to have to give St. Joe Christian a pretty good nod to be the favorite in this game, and we hope for a good ball game. What you do get into a lot of times, too, with seniors, the thing I always love about district play is seniors go down hard. They know it's the last go-around. Any loss is going to be the end of the road for them. St. Joe Christian does not have in fact, I don't even know if they have a senior on the roster. Yeah,
they do. They have 2 of them. Or 3, yeah.
But I don't know that they are the the heart of the team either.
Well, and then I mean for Gallatin, they just have the one senior on their team, and that's their senior Samara Dreesen. She's really the only.
Bryn Bird.
Oh yes, sorry,
Bird's a senior as well.
I let overlooked. I thought she was a junior still. So, but yes, so they have the two seniors on their team. So it will kind of come down to. We talked about the scoreboard already. There might be some snafus. We will tell you again. That kind of takes us into. With the streaming rights for MSHSAA during postseason play, we are unable to show the playing surface with keeping it for free for you here on Facebook like we do throughout the regular season. So we will keep the camera stationary on the scoreboard tonight. We will do this basically like a radio broadcast where you're just going to have to believe what me and Mike tell you what's going on in the game.
Well, and I've had trouble with that all my life.
We'll be back with more of your BTC Bank pregame as we get set for your Hogue Lumber Company starting lineups when we come back in a moment here on Albany TV.
Show your school spirit with a BTC Bank Mascot Debit Card. With each swipe of your Mascot Debit Card, BTC Bank donates 7.5 cents to the school represented on your card. It's a simple step you can take to have a big impact on your community at no cost to you. Stop by our branch today to get your Mascot Card and start making a difference immediately. Visit btcbank.bank to learn more. Member FDIC.
Have you looked at Petty John Auto Center lately? We're a full-service Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Buick, Chevrolet, and GMC dealer. And we're located right here in Bethany and Albany. No matter what you need when it comes to your vehicle, we've got you covered. Factory-certified technicians, OEM and aftermarket parts, and our state-of-the-art body shop, Petty John Collision Center. Plus, vehicle financing options for every budget. So the next time you need anything related to your car, truck, SUV, or van, we're here to help. To schedule service or shop our entire new and used inventory online, visit pettyjohnauto.com. That's pettyjohnauto.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants here in Missouri who take part in high school sports or activities.
The Missouri State High School Activities Association is celebrating 100 years of student activity excellence. Since 1926, MSHSAA has championed student athletes, musicians, scholars, and performers across the state. Now in our centennial year, we're honoring a century of unforgettable moments, teamwork, and tradition. Visit MSHSAA.org/centennial to explore our history, relive iconic moments, and join the celebration. Show Me 100, celebrating a century of champions.
Ready to build, remodel, or repair? Trust Hogue Lumber Company in Albany, Missouri for all of your building needs. From quality lumber and hardware to tools and supplies, Hogue Lumber has everything you need to get the job done right. Serving Albany and the surrounding communities for generations, Hogue Lumber is proud to be your hometown partner for projects big and small. So whether it's a weekend fix-up or your dream build, stop by Hogue Lumber Company in Albany. Quality materials, friendly service built on trust.
In life, as in sports, there's nothing like a good coach to help you achieve your goals. Someone you can turn to for guidance, someone with a game plan to help you build up the financial strength you need for retirement, family security, and life. With a Prudential financial professional, that's what you get. Someone who can help you build a financial strategy. To get started, contact me, Nick Smith, the financial advisor with Prudential at 660-726-3396.
And welcome back out again here to St. Joseph Christian as we get set for tonight's playing of the national anthem, followed by our Hogue Lumber Company starting lineups and Smith Prudential Financial tip-off. But we will let you listen in here to tonight's opening prayer, followed by the national anthem here from St. Joseph Christian High School. We'll turn it over now to the public address announcer here at St. Joseph Christian.
Would you pray? Father, we thank you for this day. Lord, we thank you for all the teams that will be coming here this week. And Lord, we just pray for our Gallatin and St. Joe Christians they play tonight. We just pray that you keep them safe. And Lord, pray for the officials and the coaches and the fans. And Lord, we just thank you for what the blessing is of high school athletics. Lord, we just thank you so much for the fact that you sent your son to come to this earth and become one of us and live a perfect life and pay the ultimate price for us. We just praise you for that tonight. And Lord, we just, again, thank you for this opportunity to be here this evening. In Jesus' name, amen.
And now it's time for your Hogue Lumber Company starting lineups. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Hogue Lumber Company. Before you start your next project, stop in and talk to the experts at Hogue Lumber Company in Albany, Missouri.
A sophomore, number 5, Maggie Hewitt. A freshman, number 10, Tinley Burke. A sophomore, number 12, Piper Allen. A senior, number 13, Bryn Burns. And a junior, number 45, Paige Hildenbrand. The Bulldogs are coached by Britt Burke and Aubrey Albert. And now the starting lineups for the 3 seed, St. Joseph Christian Lions. A junior, number 3, Maddie White. A senior, number 4, Reagan Maudlin. A freshman, number 10, Brooklyn Hill. A freshman, number 11, Addie Crawford. And a senior, number 15, Mallory Wilcox. Lions are coached by Kirsten Bates, Aaron Hodgson,
So again, those are your Hogue Lumber Company starting lineups. Again, for Gallatin, your starting lineups will be Maggie Hewlett, Tenley Burke, Piper Allen, Bryn Bird, and Paige Hildenbrand. And for St. Joseph Christian will be Maddie Gleis, Reagan Maudlin, Brooklyn Hill, Addie Dawson, and Mallory Wilcox. As we get set to tip off tonight's game, remember to tip off your future retirement on the right track by contacting Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396. St. Joseph Christian will wear their home white uniforms, red lettering outlined in black. Gallatin the exact opposite, the road red uniforms, white lettering outlined in black. And the opening tip-off is won here by St. Joseph Christian. Maddie Gleis will bring it across midcourt here for St. Joseph Christian, here to start out Class 2 District 16 basketball. Pass over to Gleis, has it down on the baseline. Gets caught in a trap, sends it across, comes back out top. And the shot from Dawson from 3 is good.
A good start for the Lady Lions. Baseline drive, opposite baseline, kick back out for a wide open 3.
Tenley Burke loses it out of bounds. It'll go back to St. Joseph Christian. Lady Lions play a man-to-man zone here to start. Or sorry, man-to-man defense. Guess it could be called a man-to-man zone,
yeah,
I guess.
Now it's a 2-3 zone.
2-3 zone for Gallatin as up top with it here is Brooklyn Hill. She'll send it right wing for Gleis. Sends it back across for Hill. Fakes, goes up, off glass, can't get the shot to fall. Rebound Pulled in here by Piper Allen. With it over on the right wing. With it here is Tenley Burke trying to set up this Gallatin Lady Bulldog offense. Bryn Bird drives down to the block. Too strong. Off glass. Rebound. Pulled in here by St. Joseph's Christian's Mallory Wilcox. Glies will send it over to the right wing here for St. Joseph Christian. Back up top for Dawson. Over the left wing. Glies finds Dawson again. Dribbles in. Trying to send it back out. Tipped into the backcourt. Picked up here by by Hill. Gives it back to Glies. She'll bring it back up top of the key. Pulls the trigger. Top of the key. Knocks it down.
Glies got a quick trigger, and she doesn't need a lot of room. We saw that earlier in the season when they played in Albany.
Hildenbrand with the basketball. Sends it up top here for Hewlett. She'll put up a shot from the right elbow. Bounces off the top of the backboard and falls in. Now it hit off the back of the iron. Kind of stood up on the top of the backboard for a moment. Didn't hit anything, and then kind of bounced in and fell in.
Yeah. It's where you start going looking for gold watches under the bleachers after the game when you hit a shot like that.
Glies fouled on the opposite baseline. She'll go to line to shoot two. Foul here against Gallatin. Is going to go against Piper Allen. It's her first, team's first. As Glies will miss the first free throw opportunity.
So 2 baskets, 2 threes for the Lions.
Timeout going to be called here by Gallatin. We're back after this Petty John Auto Center timeout here on Albany TV.
Shelter Insurance, this is Charles.
Afternoon, Charles.
Joshua?
Does Shelter Insurance cover shiny red cars?
Yeah.
What about purple vans?
Also, yes.
Monster trucks?
You know we offer car insurance, son. What's going on?
From shiny red cars to purple minivans, we're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter Agent Sant Phillips in Albany today for a free insurance review.
And welcome back out again here to St. Joseph Christian. 6-2 Lady Lions with the lead at the free throw line will be Maddie Glies coming out of the Petty John Auto Center timeout. Make sure to check out Petty John Auto Center on Facebook or online at pettyjohnauto.com. So Glies at the line for her second free throw. It's a 6-2 lead here for St. Joseph Christian. All 6 of their points coming from behind the arc. Maddie Glies as well as Addie Dawson each hitting a shot from behind the arc. Here to start, second free throw from Glies. Off the mark to the left, Bryn Bird will pull down the rebound for Gallatin.
For as good a three-point shooter as we've seen her be, it's odd to see her miss a free throw that badly.
Hildenbrand gets it off for Bird in the corner. Her shot from the baseline just in front of the three-point line, no good. And wrestles for the jump ball. It'll stay here with Gallatin.
A little trap out of that 2-3 zone by the Lions that time down the floor.
Trying to get the ball inbounds that time to Piper Allen. It's kicked off of a Lady Lion out of bounds. Bird to inbounds. Gets it in for Allen up at the high post. Hildenbrand gets it back for Bird. Her shot from 3 misses off iron. Rebound pulled in by Glies. And Glies in transition can't get the shot to go inside the paint. Rebound picked up here by Paige Hildenbrand. Tenley Burke with the basketball, has it stripped away, picks it back up in the deep right corner. Her shot from 3 knocks it down. A 1-point ball game.
Kind of had a loose ball and picked it up and found herself. Defenders backed off and was wide open. Kind of shot it as an afterthought.
Yeah. Over to left wing here for Brooklyn Hill. Back up top here for Dawson. Back in the corner. Glies, too much room from the corner. This time, though, bounces out. Rebound, though, picked up by St. Joseph Christian. Back out. Shot from 3. That time from Dawson, no good. Glies pulls down the rebound, and it's going to go out of bounds off of Gallatin. So St. Joe Christian not afraid to throw it up from behind the arc here. As checking in here will be Aaliyah Booker. As she'll check in for Gallatin as Glies with the basketball top of the key. Sends it left wing now here for Dawson. Hill drives down. Now sends it back in the corner, Glies. Hill shot from three, knocks it down. 3 threes here for St. Joseph Christian coming from 3 different players. They lead by 4, 9-5 halfway through the first quarter of play.
Well, against that 2-3 zone, Christian's going to have shots. So far, they've had pretty good patience, too.
A foul as Maggie Hewlett on the block gets fouled. The foul is going to go against St. Joseph Christian. It's going to go against Addie Dawson, her first, team's first as well. And the first from Hewlett misses short off front iron. Checking back in here for Gallatin as she'll check in for Hildenbrand will be Tenley Burke. As again, we'll miss off front iron that time off the free throw from Hewlett. Back in transition, Hill, left wing. Sends it back up for Glies into the corner now for Dawson. Glies back up top for Hill. High post this time now with it as Wilcox. Sends it back out. Glies, right wing three, no good. Tipped around, and they're going to say out of bounds here off of Gallatin. Hildenbrand will check back in here for the Lady Bulldogs as she'll check in here for Hewlett. Glies with the basketball left wing, sends it up top for Hill. Right wing to Dawson. Glies, top of the key, back over to Hill. Left wing three, just rims out. Rebound picked up here by Gallatin. Some good-looking shots from behind the perimeter for St. Joseph Christians. Haven't quite gotten to the fall. Another quick shot. Tenley Burke from three. Hits her second. And a timeout called by St. Joseph Christian. And we're back after this Petty John Auto Center timeout here on Albany TV.
Your hometown Albany Hy-Vee is your sporting snack headquarters for all of your favorite sports. If you want to bring the smells of the games to your living room, your Albany Hy-Vee has you covered. So make a big play by getting all of your sports snack favorites before the next big play happens at your local Albany Hy-Vee.
Where there's a helpful smile in every eye. Shop Hy-Vee.
9-8, St. Joseph Christian with the lead. 3:05 left to play here in this first quarter of this Class 2 District 16 game here on Albany TV, a proud member of the Mission Radio Network. It's St. Joseph Christian basketball coming on the Petty John Auto Center timeout. Check out Petty John Auto Center on Facebook or online at pettyjohnauto.com. Maddie Glies brings ball across midcourt, sends it over to the left wing. With it now for Dawson. Hill back over to the right wing for Glies. Back over to Hill, left wing. Sends it up for Glies. Back over to left wing, inside for Wilcox, high post. Back out to Glies, shot from three. Little inside out, gets another bucket here for St. Joseph Christian as they lead 12-8, all 12 of their points coming from behind the arc.
Well, and Glies has missed a couple, and you just can't keep leaving her open.
Yeah. Bird leaves it off for Hildenbrand, just in front of the three-point arc, bounces out. Rebound picked up here by Hill in transition. Hildenbrand trying to tie her up, back over to Glies. And they're going to get a travel called here against Addie Dawson. Trying to get a little too deep before she passed it back out. And checking back in here for Gallatin will be Maggie Hewlett, as she is going to check in here for Piper Allen. A 4-point St. Joseph Christian lead as Bryn Bird brings ball across midcourt over the left wing for Paige Hildenbrand. Trying to get it down inside to Hewlett on the block. Lost it, picked up by Bird. She loses it, picks it back up, goes up strong. She'll be fouled. Will go to line to shoot two. Foul is going to be called here against the senior Mallory Wilcox for the St. Joseph Christian Lady Lions. That'll be the first on Wilcox, team second. First free throw from Bryn Bird. Misses short off front iron. And the second attempt. Again, misses short. Rebound picked up that time by Hewlett. Her shot blocked. Picked up by Bird, wrestled away here by Hill, but a jump ball will go to St. Joseph Christian. Maddie Glies will bring it across midcourt, sends it right wing for Hill. Up top for Dawson. Back over to Glies, deep on that left wing, dribbles in, finds Hill top of the key. Had a shot, chose not to take it, as Glies will send it up now, again for Dawson. Hill on that right wing, up top for Glies. Dawson dribbles in, too strong off glass, but going to be fouled, and is going to find herself at the free throw line for 2 free throw attempts. As the foul will go against Maggie Hewlett, it'll be her first, team second. Getting on the first that time is Addie Dawson. Misses on the second. Wilcox pulls down the rebound, can't get the shot to go, and then pulling down the rebound away from her is Bryn Bird. Bird leaves it off for Burke, and the shot from just inside the arc that time from Booker bounces out. Back in transition is Hill. And it's going to go out of bounds. Will stay, though, with St. Joseph Christian. Checking in now for Gallatin will be Samara Dreesen, as she is going to check in here for Aaliyah Booker. Dawson to inbounds here for St. Joseph Christian. Gets into the corner for Hill, back up top for Glies.
Get the idea Christian would like to run, just haven't been able to get out and go.
Yeah.
Except 2 rebounds from Hill, and they're just pushed, let her bring it. No conversions off of it yet, but you think they'd like to play this a little more up and down than what they have.
Especially with the roster advantage that they have over St. Joseph Christian, as this one tipped out of bounds here off of Gallatin as a loose ball, trying to get it that time. Now they're going to change it. It's going to go to Gallatin. So I thought it might have kicked off the foot of Reagan Maudlin. So the two officials come together, make the correct call.
Yep, good work.
Hildenbrand trying to send it to Bird up at the high post. Dribbles in to Burke. On the block, she's going to be fouled. Will go to the line to shoot 2. Foul's going to go against Maddie Glies. It'll be her first, team's third.
I think Burke, when Bird drove there in the lane, I think she had Tinley Burke wide open for 3. She's hit one.
Yes.
Had her for another one. Opted to go to the low post instead.
And Burke hits the second free throw. She's got 7 of the 9 Gallatin points here, as her team trails 13-9 with 15 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Now might have a little box and one look.
Glies has it left wing. Sends it over to the right wing. Hill, little runner from the banks it in from the right elbow. And that will do it for the first quarter of play. And it's a 15-9 St. Joseph Christian lead here over Gallatin. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV.
The Missouri State High School Activities Association is celebrating 100 years of student activity excellence. Since 1926, MSHSAA has championed student athletes, musicians, scholars, and performers across the state. Now in our centennial year, we're honoring a century of unforgettable moments, teamwork, and tradition. Visit MSHSAA.org/centennial to explore our history, relive iconic moments, and join the celebration. Show Me 100, celebrating a century of champions.
All
Attention all former athletes and sports fans. It's time to get back in the game. Become an official. It's a great part-time income and you get back in the game. Start today by finding out how. Contact the MSHSAA office by calling 573-875-4880 or visiting MSHSAA.org.
And welcome back out again here to St. Joseph Christian, home of the Class 2 District 16 girls basketball tournament this week. And it is a 15-9 lead here for St. Joseph Christian over Gallatin as we start the second quarter play here on Albany TV, a proud member of the MSHSAA Radio Network. It will be Gallatin basketball to start out the second quarter of play. For St. Joseph Christian, they've hit one shot inside the three-point line, and it came right before the buzzer there at the end of the first quarter off the hands, that time of Brooklyn Hill.
Well, early on, Christian looks like the much more confident offensive team at the very least.
Piper Allen basketball, top of the key, gets it off here for Tenley Burke. From the free throw line, goes up, misses short off front iron, rebound picked up here by Hill. Sends it in the corner this time now for Dawson, and she's going to lose it off the hands of a Lady Bulldog out of bounds on the far baseline. Inbounds up top for Hill, top of the key, leaves it off for Maddie Gleis. Looks like Gallatin.
A little box and one.
Little box and one action here as Wilcox will send over to the right wing for Gleis. Bryn Bird shadowing Maddie Gleis over to left wing with it for Dawson. Back up top for Wilcox over to the right wing for Hill.
Thought Hill had a look at three.
Yeah. Instead, kind of finds herself just inside the arc, banks it in off glass for two. It's an 8-point lead here for the Lady Lions a minute into the second quarter of play. Tenley Burke on the right wing. Sends it to Hewlett, drives inside the paint, off glass for two.
Trying to run a little flex action, which will involve a lot of baseline screens.
Yes.
And then a lot of screen-the-screener activity.
Hill with the basketball, got a screen from Wilcox. Will send it up top here for Maudlin, over to left wing for Gleis. Hill dribbles in, trying to go off glass, can't finish. Maudlin with the rebound, sends it out for Gleis. She'll drive inside the paint and puts it up off back iron for two.
Bird got picked off in that box and one, and the box did not come to help. Gleis had an easy runner in the middle of the lane.
Hildenbrand sends it up top for Piper Allen. She'll have it top of the key. Leaves it up top now for Tenley Burke. Burke right wing to Bird. Finds some space. Shot from three. Misses. And tipped out of bounds here off of Gallatin. Bird might have gone away with a little forearm shove there to make some room
just
on that step back three.
Just two, might have had a little push off. Boy, if you watch basketball, watch college or pro basketball on TV, that's pretty common.
Over to the right wing for Hill. Gets it for Gleis. Back over to the left wing with it for Dawson. Her shot, no good, too long. Rebound Gleis, corner three. Picks it up right off the rebound and immediately goes back up in the air and puts it in for three.
Well, Gleis missed a couple there in the middle of the first quarter, but she's on a roll right now.
Yeah. 22-11, an 11-point St. Joseph Christian lead. Piper Allen, top of the key. Sends it now for Burke. Her shot from three bounces out. Rebound pulled in by Wilcox. Back in transition. Hill sends it in the corner. Dawson, corner three. High arcing shot goes in. And it's a 25-11 lead. Timeout called by Gallatin. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV, a proud member of the MSHSAA Radio Network.
Want to relive some of Albany TV's greatest moments?
Hager with a full court shot. And he makes it! Oh my goodness, he makes it!
Up here by Jimmy Papa. His shot at the buzzer.
Banks in!
Catch it online. Albany TV's YouTube page has almost every ball game from 2018 to today, right at your fingertips. Watch classic broadcasts, cheer on your favorite teams, and share the memories with family and friends. Subscribe now to Albany TV-Mo on YouTube and relive the game. Every achievement deserves to be celebrated, and at Winter Circle Trophies and Awards North in Albany, Missouri, we've got just the way to do it. From sports trophies and plaques to corporate awards and personalized gifts, we make every milestone memorable. Whether it's honoring a team, recognizing excellence, or saying thank you, Winter Circle delivers top quality awards with fast, friendly service. Celebrate success the right way. Stop by Winter Circle Trophies and Awards North in Albany.
25-11, a 14-point lead here in favor of St. Joseph Christian. Gallatin basketball coming in the Petty John Auto Center timeout. Make sure to check out Petty John Auto Center on Facebook or online at pettyjohnauto.com.
Well, since that basket at the end of the first quarter by Brooklyn Hill, it's been all Lions from that point on.
Hildenbrand left wing. Sends it up top now for Piper Allen. Leaves it up for Tenley Burke, top of the key. Trying to get it to Hewlett at the high post. She'll bring it back out. Sends it out to Hildenbrand. Back door for Bird. Pass kind of took her out of what would have been a nice cut towards the basket.
Yeah.
As stepping in, Piper Allen high off glass. Can't get it to go. Tipped around to Bird. She'll lose it. Picked up by Hewlett on the ground. Jump ball goes to St. Joseph Christian.
St. Joe Christian on a little 12-2 run right now. Raining threes at their end of the court.
Glies sends it back up top for Dawson.
Couple for Dawson, at least three for
Glies. As
and
Dawson
Hill.
picked up the loose ball, driving to the basket, is going to be fouled. Will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Foul is going to go against Maggie Hewlett. It'll be her second, team's first. So at the line here is Addie Dawson. She'll hit the first free throw. Checking in here for Hewlett for Gallatin will be Aaliyah Booker. Second free throw, no good. Bounced around. Wilcox comes away with it. Leaves it off, knocking it in. Reagan Maudlin.
That's 2 offensive rebounds off missed free throws for Wilcox. She's got 6 rebounds in the game.
Tenley Burke drives baseline, leaves it short. Wilcox with the rebound, gives it off here for Glies. Back in transition, leaves it off for Hill. Shot from 3, misses off inside iron, and tipped out of bounds here off the hands of Bryn Bird. Shot from 3, Glies in the corner, just misses off iron. Rebound picked up that time, no good off the hands. That time of Reagan Maudlin. Another rebound pulled in by Glies. Leaves it off, shot from 3, no good that time. Off the hands of Dawson. Now back again, Dawson takes it in off glass from the left block for 2. Hildenbrand with the basketball, drives to the block. She's going to be fouled. Don't know if they're going to say she was a foul on the floor.
Good call.
Foul goes against Wilcox. That is her second, team's first. She will check out of the ball game. Checking in for her is going to be Tori Brazil. Tenley Burke with her foot on the line, misses off back iron, rebound. Pulled in here by Dawson. Leaves it off, Glies, left wing 3. Give her another from behind the arc. She's already here in the first half, got 14 with 2:45 left to go in the second quarter. Tenley Burke, right wing, got her defender going, drive to the basket, leaves it short, gets her on rebound, goes back up. This time will be fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2. Foul is going to go against Dawson. That'll be her second, team's third. As Burke able to hit the first. Burke, the lone freshman here on this Gallatin Lady Bulldog team. Very promising looking freshman.
Yep.
As she hits both free throws. She's got 9 of the 13 points here for Gallatin. However, they trail by 20, 33-13 with 2:25 left here in the first half. Maddie Glies, left wing, sends it up top with it for Hill. Right wing with it now, Brazil trying to send it inside. Stolen away here by Gallatin as Piper Allen knocked it out of the hands that time of Addie Dawson. Tenley Burke, right wing here for Gallatin, trying to send it to Hildenbrand. Pass goes too tall. Picked up this time by Reagan Maudlin in the corner for St. Joseph Christian. Hill leaves it off. Shot from 3. Dawson knocks down another of her own.
3 for her.
13 points here for Dawson as a timeout called by Gallatin. We're back after this Petty John Auto Center timeout here on Albany TV.
Pettyjohn Auto Center in Bethany and Albany is a proud sponsor of Albany TV. Pettyjohn's is your local Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC dealer. For new and used vehicles, certified service, and collision center, visit pettyjohnauto.com.
And welcome back out again here to St. Joseph Christian. 36-13, St. Joseph Christian with the lead here over Gallatin in this Class 2 District 16 game here on the girls' side of the district on Albany TV. Again, a proud member of the MSHSAA Radio Network. 1:52 left to play here in the opening half. It's Gallatin basketball coming out of the Petty John Auto Center timeout. Inboundsing for Gallatin will be Piper Allen. Bringing it across midcourt here for the Lady Bulldogs will be the freshman Tenley Burke.
Well, the Bulldogs have had trouble getting anything going against man-to-man defense from the Lions.
Bird shot from 3, short. Burke comes away with the rebound and is going to be fouled, and it's going to be the second against Maddie Glies. So Glies will pick up her second, team's third. So now Wilcox with 2, Glies with 2, and Dawson with 2, all here for St. Joseph Christian with 1:40 left to play here in the second quarter. However, they do hold a 23-point lead as Bird to inbounds here for the Lady Bulldogs. For Hildenbrand. Goes to the block, goes up strong. She's going to be fouled, will go to line to shoot 2. Picking up the foul is going to be Tori Brazil. That'll be her first. Team's fourth.
The previous foul before this one was one that wouldn't have been called a foul except the Gallatin player traveled.
Yes.
But the trip or the foot bump.
It's almost like the foot got tied up in there. And
well, but if she hadn't traveled,
yes,
it probably
exactly.
wouldn't have been called. But he didn't have a whole lot of choice.
Yeah. Hildenbrand makes both free throws, her first points of the night. Glies brings the ball across midcourt, sends it over to left wing with it for Brazil. Sends it back up top for Hill. Has some room, now steps up and sends it back over to left wing. Up top again to Glies. Not quite the same room that they gave Hill, as she'll have it now again on the right wing. Glies with it on the left wing here for St. Joseph Christian, trying to send it in. A foul going to be called against Gallatin. They're going to get the foul against Bryn Bird. It'll be her first, team second. Ball inbounds for Hill, goes up. Can't get the shot to go. Ball knocked around. And Hill just made the hustle play and chased it down. Gets it back off for Glies. Shot from 3. Give her another from behind the arc.
Well, that's at least 5. Is it 6?
With it over the top of the key, here is Bird. 5 for 8 from behind the arc here in the first half for Maddie Glies. Driving in, Tenley Burke puts it in for 2.
Good finish in traffic.
As she's now in double digits with 11 points. 35 seconds left to go here in the half. Glies gets it across midcourt. Tori Brazil left wing, trying to get to the high post for Maudlin. Knocked away, picked up here by Tenley Burke. Burke drives all the way down to the block before it's stolen away, but stepping out of bounds is going to be Hill here on the baseline. We have the perfect view for it right above. And just as she was stealing it away, her foot landed on that baseline. Checking in here for St. Joseph Christian is going to be Helen Gaum, as she's going to check in for Glies so she doesn't pick up a late third foul. Also checking in is going to be Roxy Barnes, as she'll check in here for Dawson, also making sure he doesn't pick up a late third foul. 23 seconds left to play here in the half. Tenley Burke dribbles in. Her shot misses off front iron. Rebound picked up here by St. Joseph Christian. Hill with the basketball, left wing. 12 seconds. Brazil with the basketball. Sends it back up top for Hill. Dribbles in. Trying to send it back out. High post. Barnes. His shot no good at the buzzer. And it is a lead, 39-17 of 22 points here for St. Joseph Christian. We're back with more part of your halftime tonight here on Albany TV, brought to you by your Albany Hy-Vee. Albany Hy-Vee, proud to sponsor Warrior Athletics. They're committed to serving the community with fresh food, friendly service, and strong local partnerships. We're back with more here on Albany TV, a proud member of the MSHSAA Radio Network.
Show your school spirit with a BTC Bank Mascot Debit Card. With each swipe of your Mascot Debit Card, BTC Bank donates 7.5 cents to the school represented on your card. It's a simple step you can take to have a big impact on your community at no cost to you. Stop by our branch today to get your Mascot Card and start making a difference immediately. Visit btcbank.bank to learn more. Member FDIC.
Have you looked at Petty John Auto Center lately? We're a full-service Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Buick, Chevrolet, and GMC dealer. And we're located right here in Bethany and Albany. No matter what you need when it comes to your vehicle, we've got you covered. Factory-certified technicians, OEM and aftermarket parts, and our state-of-the-art body shop, Petty John Collision Center. Plus, vehicle financing options for every budget. So the next time you need anything related to your car, truck, SUV, or van, we're here to help. To schedule service or shop our entire new and used inventory online, visit pettyjohnauto.com. That's pettyjohnauto.com.
Ready to build, remodel, or repair? Trust Home Lumber Company in Albany, Missouri for all of your building needs. From quality lumber and hardware to tools and supplies, Home Lumber has everything you need to get the job done right. Serving Albany and the surrounding communities for generations, Home Lumber is proud to be your hometown partner for projects big and small. So whether it's a weekend fix-up or your dream build, stop by Home Lumber Company in Albany. Quality materials, friendly service built on trust. Your hometown Albany Hy-Vee is your sporting snack headquarters for all of your favorite sports. If you want to bring the smells of the games to your living room, your Albany Hy-Vee has you covered. So make a big play by getting all of your sports snack favorites before the next big play happens at your local Albany Hy-Vee.
Where there's a helpless smile in every eye. Shop Hy-Vee.
In life, as in sports, there's nothing like a good coach to help you achieve your goals. Someone you can turn to for guidance, someone with a game plan to help you build up the financial strength you need for retirement, family security, and life. With a Prudential financial professional, that's what you get. Someone who can help you build a financial strategy. To get started, contact me, Nick Smith, the financial advisor with Prudential at 660-726-3396.
And welcome back out again here to St. Joseph Christian, home of Class 2 District 16 girls basketball this week here on Albany TV, a proud member of the MSHSAA Radio Network. I'd like to thank our sponsors, help you bring you tonight's broadcast tonight here on Albany TV, including BTC Bank, Petty John Auto Center, locations in Bethany and Albany, Winter Circle Trophies and Awards North in Albany, Hogue Lumber Company in Albany, and the Albany Hy-Vee, Smith Insurance and Smith Prudential in Albany, Johnson Controls, Mosaic Medical Center Albany, Gallatin and St. Joseph School Districts, and the Printer and New Shop are located in Albany. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stats from the first half, starting with the St. Joseph Christian girls. They're shooting 14 for 29 from the field, 9 for 16, though, from behind the three-point arc, 2 for 6 from the free throw line. They're led in scoring by Maddie Gleis with 17 points, 13 points for Addie Dawson, 7 points for Brooklyn Hill, 2 points a night for Reagan Maudlin. For Gallatin, they're shooting 5 for 20 from the field, 2 for 6, though, from behind the three-point arc, 5 for 10 from the free throw line. They're led in scoring by Tenley Burke with 11 points, 4 points for Maggie Hewlett, and 2 points on the night for Paige Hildenbrand. And Mike, the big thing jumps out at you there. Shooting right about 50% from the field, but over 56% from behind the three-point arc there in that first half for St. Joseph Christian, compared to Gallatin shooting just 25% from the field.
Well, getting 9 in the first half is at this level.
Yes.
With the basketball we've seen this year, that's usually good for a whole game. They've done it in the first half, and so there's no surprise they're up by 22, shooting 9 for 16 from 3. Gleiss with 5. I think Dawson has 3,
and then Hill has 1.
And I think Dawson's is 3 for 4, and Hill's 1 for 1.
Dawson 3 for 5, Hill 1
5.
for 3.
Okay. So there's just not. It's just they're playing against a 2-3 zone that let's be honest.
Well, it's really kind of turned into a box and 1.
Well,
but the problem is that for Bryn Bird, who's guarding against Matty Gleiss in that box and 1, keeps on getting hung up on some screens, which turns into then a 4-man zone against 5.
Well, and when they went to the box and 1, then Dawson drilled a couple of shots. Hill hit a couple of other shots that weren't threes, but had wide open looks. They're just getting a lot of wide open looks against the Gallatin defense. I think they did go back to just a 2-3 zone at one point, because if nothing else, Gleiss was picking up just a lot of open looks where the ball would get batted around inside and get
tossed back out.
Yeah, but kicked back out to her. For St. Joe Christian, Mallory Wilcox, I don't think she scored a point, has 7 rebounds in the first half, 3 offensive, and I think all of those have gone back out for open looks at 3. So for Gallatin, it's just they don't have a lot of size. They don't have a lot of quickness, really, and they're just having trouble getting a lot of stuff done offensively. A lot of their shots have been hurried, and it's just been a tough way to go for them this year. They're a little bit short on numbers, which creates an additional problem. So, this was a 13-9 game at the end of the first quarter.
There's a 24-8 scoring discrepancy there in that second quarter.
In the second quarter, and the game's kind of out of reach. And it's not to say Gallatin couldn't get back into it, but they're going to have to hit shots. Amazingly, looking at this, neither team has turned it over a bunch.
No.
I think I've got, of course, this is really, really unofficial and really rough because sometimes I forget to mark things from time to time too, but I've only got each team with 4 turnovers.
Yeah.
And so that's not the problem. The problem is just getting shots to fall. Gallatin is getting out rebounded. I've only got them. I've got them for 3 offensive rebounds, only 6 defensive rebounds. So 9 rebounds in the first half. That's not going to get it done either.
No. Since
St. Joe Christian was 14 for 29. But it's just, I think for St. Joe Christian, unless they start missing threes, the biggest issue for
Gallatin.
For Coach Banks is going to be
when to
substitute. Yeah.
We'll be back to start out the second half of play when we come back in just a moment here on Albany TV, a proud member of the MSHSAA Radio Network.
Shelter Insurance, this is Charles.
Afternoon, Charles.
Joshua?
Does Shelter Insurance cover shiny red cars?
Yeah.
What about purple vans?
Also, yes.
Monster trucks?
You know we offer car insurance, son. What's going on?
From shiny red cars to purple minivans, we're your shield, we're your shelter.
See Shelter Agent Sant Phillips in Albany today for a free insurance review.
If you're looking to join a stable and growing company, Johnson Controls in Albany is the place for you. They are currently hiring for multiple positions, including welding, electrical, and general assembly. Johnson Controls offers excellent benefits: medical, dental, vision, life insurance, 401k, health savings account, and paid holidays. Apply now at www.johnsoncontrols.com to join their winning team.
The Missouri State High School Activities Association is celebrating 100 years of student activity excellence. Since 1926, MSHSAA has championed student athletes, musicians, scholars, and performers across the state. Now in our centennial year, we're honoring a century of unforgettable moments, teamwork, and tradition. Visit MSHSAA.org/centennial to explore our history, relive iconic moments, and join the celebration. Show Me 100, celebrating a century of champions.
Attention all former athletes and sports fans. It's time to get back in the game. Become an official. It's a great part-time income and you get back in the game. Start today by finding out how. Contact the MSHSAA office by calling 573-875-4880 or visiting MSHSAA.org.
(39-17) is the lead here in favor of St. Joseph Christian as we get ready to start second half action. And again, it's a lead here for St. Joseph Christian. They will also start out with the basketball. It'll be Gallatin will start out with the basketball to start out the second half of play. And remember, your halftime tonight here on Albany TV was brought to you by your Albany Hy-Vee. Albany Hy-Vee is proud to support Warrior Athletics. They're committed to serving the community with fresh food, friendly service, and strong local partnerships. So as we take a look here for Gallatin, they will bring out their original starting five. It will be Hewlett, Burke, Allen Bird, and Hildenbrand. And for St. Joseph Christian, they'll bring out their original starting five: Glyes, Maudlin, Hill, Dawson, and Wilcox. Bryn Bird to bring the ball across inbounds it here for Tinley Burke to bring it across midcourt. Hildenbrand with it left wing, trying to get it down into Bird on the block, and found her just a little bit late as Hill was able to recover. Glyes drives in, loses it. Hildenbrand gets on the floor for it, goes out of bounds, and they're going to say out of bounds off of St. Joseph Christian.
Good hustle by Hildenbrand.
I know they're going to say out of bounds off of Gallatin, sorry.
Still good hustle by Hildenbrand
Yes.
to get on the floor after the loose ball. Got knocked loose from Glyes on the drive.
Hill with the basketball. Sends it up top for Maddie Glyes. Glyes got caught. Bryn Bird just ran her right into that corner at the midcourt line and knocking it down from the right elbow that time is Hill.
Well, I think Glyes kind of got by surprise. I think she thought Bird was going to relax, and she turned the corner, and she just never did and almost committed a turnover herself.
Yeah. Kind of ran it right up to the
outer bounds line.
Out of bounds line and the midcourt line, and a moving screen going to be called here against Bryn Bird. That will be her second foul, team's first. Again, Glyce to bring it across midcourt here for St. Joseph Christian.
And Gallatin now full-blown man-to-man.
Yeah. Hill sends it up top. Over for Glyce. Again, found herself open. Had the shot if she wanted it. Sends it up top for Wilcox over to the right wing now for Dawson.
And they missed Wilcox underneath.
Dawson will be fouled. Will go to line to shoot two. Foul is going to go against Piper Allen. It will be her second, team second. Missing on the first that time is Dawson. And hits on the second. 42-17, St. Joseph Christian with the lead here early in this third quarter. Tenley Burke drives down to the baseline, leaves it short off iron. Jump ball goes to St. Joseph Christian. Little token full court pressure put on there by Bird as Burke will bring the ball across midcourt, basically making it so Glyes has to get rid of the basketball. Dawson left wing. Dribbles in and tying her up that time. Again is going to be Maggie Hewlett. Jump ball will go back to Gallatin. Inbounds in here will be Burke for Gallatin.
Something we haven't seen a lot. Maybe just a little bit of a forced drive by Dawson that time.
Yes.
But St. Joe Christian has been really well disciplined offensively, taking good shots.
Hildenbrand trying to send it down to Burke on the block. Can't get the shot to go. Hewlett tripped up and I believe maybe taking a knee to the face that time. There is Dawson as Hewlett and Dawson each fighting for the basketball. And a timeout going to be called here by St. Joseph Christian. We're back after this Petty John Auto Center timeout.
Want to relive some of Albany TV's greatest moments?
Hager with a full court shot. And he makes it! Oh my goodness, he makes it!
Up here by Jimmy Papa. His shot at the buzzer.
Banks it!
Catch it online. Albany TV's YouTube page has almost every ball game from 2018 to today, right at your fingertips. Watch classic broadcasts, cheer on your favorite teams, and share the memories with family and friends. Subscribe now to Albany TV-Mo on YouTube and relive the game.
Petty John Auto Center in Bethany and Albany is a proud sponsor of Albany TV. Petty John's is your local Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC dealer. For new and used vehicles, certified service, and collision center, visit pettyjohnauto.com.
And welcome back out again here to Class 2 District 16 girls basketball from St. Joseph Christian High School. 42-17, St. Joseph Christian with the lead. And the basketball coming out of the Petty John Auto Center timeout. St. Joseph Christian called a timeout as Dawson had it on the ground before the jump ball or out of bounds could be called. Gleiss with the basketball, sends it up top now with it for Wilcox. Right wing to Hill. Trying to pick and roll for Wilcox inside the paint. Goes up and under, off glass for two.
Good finish. Had that earlier and missed her. I'm sure Coach saw it if the teammates didn't.
Wilcox with her first points of the night. Hildenbrand left wing here for Gallatin. Sends it now for Booker. Booker in the corner trying to leave it off for her teammate Bird on the baseline. Stolen away by Hill. Sends it up for Gleiss. Now she'll pull it back out here to the right wing. Picks up her dribble, sends it up top now for Dawson. Gives it back for Gleiss. Hill drives from the left wing, takes it up off glass for two. As Brooklyn Hill with 11 in the ball game.
Kind of took a swipe to the side of the head as she went in too. That's one of those, if she hadn't made it, you wonder if there might not have been a late foul call.
Burke with the basketball, right wing, trying to dribble it in, goes right at Gleiss and puts it in for two. The freshman here with 13 points here in this district game tonight. As her team trails here 46-19. Hill with the basketball top of the key. Driving in and getting it to go for two that time is Addie Dawson. Hildenbrand got a little hand on the basketball as she went up, but enough power that time from the freshman Dawson to get it in for two.
Well, and if you're Coach Burke, I'm sure he's been around long enough that Dawson took off far enough out on the wing that you thought somebody would have stepped in to help a little bit.
Hill from the left wing can't get the shot to fall. Gallatin's Piper Allen pulls down the rebound. Tenley Burke right wing from three, hits another. Burke with 16 in the ball game, single-handedly trying to keep Gallatin in this ball game as her team trails 48-22 here in the third quarter. Hill with the basketball right wing. Pick and roll for Wilcox all alone, puts it off glass.
Well, and again, I go back to where was the help? Where's the weak side help on that?
Bird brings it across the center court logo, leaves it off here for Paige Hildenbrand. Aaliyah Booker finds herself open inside the three-point arc, can't get the shot to fall. Bird and Wilcox fight for the jump ball, and it's going to go to St. Joseph Christian. Checking in here for Dawson is going to be Tori Brazil. Again, Dawson kind of got hit in the face earlier. Hasn't quite. Still kind of feeling it a little bit as a foul going to be called here against Bird as Gleiss tries to bring the ball across the midcourt. That'll be the third against Bryn Bird, team's third as well. Nice to bring the ball across midcourt.
Ooh.
Almost a moving screen
Yeah.
there by Maudlin as she'll get it back out for Brazil.
I got to give her, she's really trying to screen and get her teammates open. I think she's had some movement on those screens at least a couple of times.
Driving in Hill, can't get it to finish. Wilcox and Burke fight for the jump ball. It goes to Gallatin. Checking in for Gallatin will be Hildenbrand. Also checking in will be Dreesen, as Bird and Allen will both check out. So Dreesen will get her first action here of the night. The senior from Gallatin. Tinley Burke with the basketball, top of the key. Sends it for Booker. Her shot inside the three-point arc misses off iron. Rebound knocked out of Hewlett's hands, but a foul going to be called against St. Joseph Christian. And the foul is going to go here against Brooklyn Hill. It is her first, team's first as well. Ball inbounds to Booker, can't quite corral it. Tenley Burke there, comes away with it, puts it up off glass. 50-24, it's a 26-point lead here in favor of the Lady Lions with 2:15 left to play in the third quarter.
Burke, one of the few bright spots on offense for the Bulldogs.
She has 18 of the 24 as another jump ball is going to go here to St. Joseph Christian. Glyce top of the key here for the Lady Lions. She'll bring it to the right wing. Up top for Hill. Into the corner. Maudlin trying to get it to Wilcox. Knocked away. Dreesen comes away with the basketball.
Good
and
defense.
If anything, you're going to have a jump ball or at least a travel there against Dreesen, but they're going to call jump ball. Goes to Gallatin.
Good defense by Dreesen on that post feed. Got around on the high side. Knocked the ball loose with her offhand. Forced the turnover.
Burke with the basketball at the high post. Trying to send it down for Hewlett, but they're going to get a kick here. Called off of St. Joseph Christian. Stays with Gallatin. Hewlett to inbounds here for Gallatin. And a 5-second call here against Gallatin. And it goes to St. Joseph Christian. (50-24) Lady Lions lead here over the Lady Bulldogs. Top of the key, Gly sends it over to the right wing for Hill. Left wing for Maddie Glyce. Leaves it off for Hill just in front of the three-point arc at the top of the key. No good. Hildenbrand is going to come down with the rebound but falls down with it. She's going to be called for the travel. Brazil will inbounds. Into the corner. Glyce from three. Drains it. That's her sixth of the night. And she's got 20 now in the ball game, leading both teams.
A 6 for 9 night from three.
Yeah. Top of the key with it. Burke sends it over to the right wing for Hewlett. Hewlett dribbles in, loses it as she falls to the ground. Picked up by Maudlin. Wilcox for Glyce. She'll stop with it at a high post. Gives it off for Hill. Back up for Glyce, top of the key. 40 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Hill for Maudlin. Over to Glyce, left wing. A little back to a 2-3 zone here from Gallatin. Into the corner for Maudlin. Back up top for Glyce. As they look to try and play here for the final shot here of the quarter, as picking up the foul is going to be Tenley Burke right at midcourt, trying to shove Glyce into the backcourt for the backcourt violation. As checking back in here is going to be Bryn Bird, as she's going to check in here for Hildenbrand. Hill to bring the ball across midcourt for St. Joseph Christian. Glyce left wing, back up top for Hill. Glyce up top for Wilcox. Finds Hill, right wing. Gets a shot off from 3. Misses off iron. And that is going to be the end here of the third quarter. 53-24. St. Joseph Christian with the lead. We're back to start the fourth when we come back in a moment here on Albany TV.
If you're looking to join a stable and growing company, Johnson Controls in Albany is the place for you. They are currently hiring for multiple positions, including welding, electrical, and general assembly. Johnson Controls offers excellent benefits: medical, dental, vision, life insurance, 401k, health savings account, and paid holidays. Apply now at www.johnsoncontrols.com to join their winning team. Every achievement deserves to be celebrated, and at Winter Circle Trophies and Awards North in Albany, Missouri, we've got just the way to do it. From sports trophies and plaques to corporate awards and personalized gifts, we make every milestone memorable. Whether it's honoring a team, recognizing excellence, or saying thank you, Winter Circle delivers top quality awards with fast, friendly service. Celebrate success the right way. Stop by Winter Circle Trophies and Awards North in Albany.
Welcome back to Class 2 District 16 girls basketball. It is St. Joseph Christian basketball to start out the fourth quarter of play. They lead by 29. Hill with the basketball top of the key. Sends over to left wing for Glyce. Back up top for Wilcox. Over to the right wing for Hill. Hill dribbles. Little runner inside the paint, no good, and jump ball will go to Gallatin.
Got to say, I'm really impressed with St. Joe Christian's shot discipline. They just don't take a lot of forced shots. They don't take a lot of bad ones.
Tenley Burke with the basketball, top of the key. Leaves it off for Booker that time as it bounces out and then goes out of bounds off of Tenley Burke. It rebound will go to St. Joseph Christian off the out of bounds. Bringing it across midcourt is Hill. She'll find Glyce left wing. Puts up a shot from 3. Misses off back iron. Rebound pulled in by Hill. I thought that time Glass passed up a open 3 and took a contested 3 instead. As she'll drive in, it's going to be fouled. Then gets the double whammy where the ball comes off the iron and comes back and hits her.
Yeah.
Foul's going to go against Dreesen. That'll be her first, team's first. First free throw from Glyce is good. And she'll hit them both. Give her 22 on the ball game. As we're into a running clock, fourth quarter here, with a 31-point lead in favor of the St. Joseph Christian Lady Lions. Booker with the basketball up at the high post. Leaves it off for Hewlett. Drives baseline, and it's going to be fouled here on the baseline. And the foul this time is going to go against Brooklyn Hill. It'll be her second, team's first. Hewlett's shot tipped around, and a foul going to be called here on the rebound. And it's going to go against Glyce. It'll be her third.
Thought Dawson may have gotten a piece of that shot by Hewlett.
Dreesen with the inbounds. Her shot no good. Rebound picked up by Booker. Goes up. She's going to be fouled. We'll go to line to shoot 2 this time. Foul will go against Maudlin. Her first, team's third. As Booker at the line here for the first free throw attempt. He is good.
Foul starting to mount up for the Lions, but I don't think really a factor at this point.
Checking in here for St. Joseph Christian will be Helen Gaum, as she'll check in here for Glyce, probably the end of the night for her. Has 22 points on the night here for the Lady Lions. Booker unable to hit the second free throw, will stay in a running clock as the quick outlet pass from Wilcox to Hill, just a little behind Hills. It goes out of bounds back to Gallatin.
Well, and even I think St. Joe Christian would be a tough team to press, I think, because both Gleiss and Hill handle the ball very well. And if worse came to worse, Dawson would, just on the virtue of the mismatch, would be somebody could bring it up.
Tenley Burke shot from the right wing from behind the arc, no good. Out of bounds here off of Gallatin, stays with St. Joseph Christian. Hill to bring the ball across midcourt. It's a 30-point ball game in favor of the Lady Lions. 4.5 left to go here in this ball game. Home with the basketball on the wing. And they're going to get a foul called here against Booker. That is going to be her first, team second. Checking in for St. Joseph Christian will be Roxy Barnes along with Kinley Hardy. As Wilcox and Maudlin come out, staying out of the floor is Hill, the lone starter left out for St. Joseph Christian. Brazil sends it back up top for Hill. And they're going to get a foul called here against Tenley Burke. As the foul's kind of starting to mount up here for both teams here in this fourth quarter, each with 3 team fouls, just a little over halfway through the fourth. Inbounds for Hill. Leaves it off. And the shot up and in for 2 that time from Kinley Hardy.
And it's what you like to see if you're Hill, or watch what Hill did. Starter, had a shot, gave it up to a teammate that hasn't played a lot.
Yeah. Burke is going to be tripped up, called for a travel. Goes here to St. Joseph Christian. Checking back in will be Hildenbrand and Allen as Hewlett and Dreesen check out for the Lady Bulldogs.
At this point, if you're St. Joe Christian, you just want Hill to kind of be a facilitator for everybody else. Well, there you can take
Finds an open lane, but then picking up the block there is Booker, and she'll knock it out to Hildenbrand on the rebound. But obviously, if you have an open layup, you're going to take it.
Oh, yeah.
Which is exactly what Hill had there, as driving is going to be Burke on the baseline. She'll be fouled. She'll go to line to shoot 2 free throws.
And free throw with the running clock. Free throws wipe out about 30 to 40 seconds.
Roxy Barnes picks up her first, team's fourth, as Burke at the line, able to hit the first. One more from Burke will put her at 20 in the ball game. As she'll miss that one just off front iron. Rebound picked up that time by Roxy Barnes. Brazil gets it off here for Hill. Barnes up top. Brazil finds over now for Hill. Drives to the block, goes up, misses. Rebound pulled in here by Piper Allen. Underneath 2 minutes to play, 57-26. St. Joseph Christian with the lead, trying to find Hildenbrand inside. Gets it to Burke on the baseline. It's blocked away that time by Roxy Barnes. We're going to get a timeout called here by St. Joseph Christian. We're back after this Petty John Auto Center timeout here on Albany TV.
Have you looked at Petty John Auto Center lately? We're a full-service Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Buick, Chevrolet, and GMC dealer. And we're located right here in Bethany and Albany. No matter what you need when it comes to your vehicle, we've got you covered. Factory-certified technicians, OEM and aftermarket parts, and our state-of-the-art body shop, Petty John Collision Center. Plus, vehicle financing options for every budget. So the next time you need anything related to your car, truck, SUV, or van, we're here to help. To schedule service or shop our entire new and used inventory online, visit pettyjohnauto.com. That's pettyjohnauto.com.
And welcome back out again here to St. Joseph Christian, home of Class 2 District 16 girls basketball. 57-26. St. Joseph Christian with the lead and the basketball with 1:31 of running clock time left here in the ball game. Hill leaves it off over to left wing with it for Brazil. Sends it back up top with it here for Gall. And a jump ball is going to go to Gallatin. Checking in for St. Joseph Christian will be Aubrey Johnson, the freshman. And she'll check in here for Brazil. Tenley Burke, top of the key here for Gallatin. For Hildenbrand. Right wing, Bird, shot from 3, knocks it down. Had to wipe out the running clock here with 45 seconds left. Roxy Barnes sends it for Johnson. Calm sends it back up top now for Hill. 30 seconds left to play here in the ball game. Hill with it up at the top of the key. Trying to dribble it out here for the final 30 seconds. Being chased here by a couple of Gallatin Lady Bulldogs. Gets it off here to Johnson, back to Hill. Has it in the corner. Tipped away, picked up again here by Johnson. Into the corner with it for Gallum. Drives and is going to be fouled here with 2.8. And the foul goes here against Tenley Burke. That is going to be her third, team's fourth. So St. Joseph Christian will inbounds here with 2.8 left here in the ball game. And that is going to do it as time runs out. 57-29, a 28-point victory for St. Joseph Christian. They will move on. Gallatin's season is done. We're back with the BTC Bank postgame. Tonight's winner circle player of the game when we come back in a moment here on Albany TV.
Show your school spirit with a BTC Bank Mascot Debit Card. With each swipe of your Mascot Debit Card, BTC Bank donates 7.5 cents to the school represented on your card. It's a simple step you can take to have a big impact on your community at no cost to you. Stop by our branch today to get your Mascot Card and start making a difference immediately. Visit btcbank.bank to learn more. Member FDIC.
And welcome back out again here to St. Joseph Christian, home of Class 2 District 16 girls basketball. And your BTC Bank postgame. Remember, tonight's postgame brought to you by BTC Bank. BTC Bank here for good. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stats from the ball game. Starting for St. Joseph Christian, they shoot 21 for 44 tonight from the field, 10 for 20 from behind the three-point arc, 5 for 10 from the free throw line. They were led in scoring tonight by Maddie Glies with 22 points, 16 points tonight for Addie Dawson, 11 points tonight for Brooklyn Hill, 4 points on the night for Mallory Wilcox, 2 points on the night tonight for Reagan Maudlin and Kinley Hardy. For Gallatin tonight, they shoot 9 for 34 from the field, 4 for 10 from behind the three-point arc, 7 for 14 from the free throw line. They were led in scoring tonight by Tenley Burke with 19 points, 4 points on the night for Maggie Hewlett, 3 points tonight for Bryn Bird, 2 points for Paige Hildenbrand, 1 point on the night for Aaliyah Booker. And Mike, tonight our Winner's Circle Trophies and Awards North Player of the Game is going to go to Maddie Glies as she finishes the night with 22 points.
Yeah, on any other night, probably Addie Dawson might have been a consideration too. But the big kicker, 9 for 34, which is just a hair over 25%.
Yeah.
For Gallatin, while St. Joe Christian is just below a touch, below 50%, and shot 50% from the three-point line. Had a lot of open looks, but they didn't miss them, not very much. And nice win for the Lions. They punched their ticket to the semifinals, where they take on the winner of Maysville and Penny High School, which is going to be our next game.
Yep.
Yep.
And again, that game will be at 7:30 here on Wednesday. Again, we'll have that game for you here on Albany TV. We're going to stop our video. We'll start our next one when we come back in just a moment. Remember, I'd like to thank our sponsors. Help you bring you tonight's broadcast tonight here on Albany TV. A proud member of the Mission Radio Network, BTC Bank, Petty John Auto Center locations in Bethany and Albany. Winner's Circle Trophies and Awards North in Albany. Hogue Lumber Company in Albany and the Albany Hy-Vee. Smith Insurance at Smith Prudential in Albany. Johnson Controls. Mosaic Medical Center Albany. The Gallatin and St. Joseph Christian School Districts and the Printery and New Shopper located in Albany. Again, we'll be back with our next game, the Maysville Penny Girls, when we come back in a moment here on Albany TV.